When looking at things that need to change between 2018 and 2019 for the Buffalo Bills to improve, you have to start with that 30th ranked offense. Welcome to Believers Talk, partnering with www.bewarethestampede.com. Go there for all of your Buffalo Bills news. Welcome as we go into the 2019 projections. That's right. We're going to talk about how I think the Buffalo Bills will do this year as a whole. We're going to start breaking down the offense, and we'll break down the defense, and then I'll give you how I think we're going to rank overall as a team in certain categories. So thank you for joining my Believers Talk again. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, guys. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment. Let me know how you think the Buffalo Bills offense is going to look in 2019. Like I said in the intro, in 2019, when you look at total yards, the Buffalo Bills ranked 30th. That's where we're going to have to start to improve, to see that improvement if we plan on actually looking at a wildcard spot or maybe even the division. So I hope that with all the new weapons that we have, you look at the offensive line, you look at the wide receivers, you look at the new running back, there's a lot of new weapons for Josh Allen, and we hope that he uses them properly and gets this offense up to where it should be. Now, when I'm looking at the projections for the Buffalo Bills offense in 2019, you have to start with the offensive line. Guys, our offensive line ranked 27th last year. That's never going to get the job done, whether you're talking run game, passing game. But a number that hasn't been talked about all that much is the penalties that our offensive line had last season. Now, I wanted to pull some teams just to give you a quick snippet to compare teams to let you know how Buffalo Bills did compared to other teams, all right? So Buffalo Bills had 38 penalties on their offensive line total. That's everybody, including 11 penalties from Dion Dawkins. That is actually tied for fourth most last year among offensive linemen in the NFL. So you look at that 38 and you say, well, how does that compare to some of the other teams? Well, what did I do? I pulled the worst team, the Arizona Cardinals, by record, and the best team, the New England Patriots, won the Super Bowl by record, to see how they did. And if you look at the Arizona Cardinals, they only had 27 penalties by their offensive line. And their top guy only had 4 penalties. Guys, we had 5 guys with 4 more penalties on our offensive line. So that's just not acceptable. You talk about the worst team in the league having 10 less penalties on their offensive line than the Buffalo Bills did. You look at that, the New England Patriots, you're talking 27 penalties. So again, you look at these teams and you see more discipline from them than you do the Buffalo Bills. Now, could some of those penalties, especially the ones by Dion Dawkins, could some of those be because they're trying to make up for a lack of talent? Absolutely. And that is what we're trying to help this season. You got Mitch Morse as a center. You got pretty much a whole new starting 5 minus Dion Dawkins. Hopefully, Dion Dawkins can focus more on the left tackle position, not worry about what everyone else is doing, and we can see those penalties decrease a little bit. Remember, Dion Dawkins, 11 penalties, he has to improve on that. I mean, I know that he's the one guy that's going to be the stalwart there. It's going to be the guy that was there last year. It's going to be there this year. But you're talking 11 penalties. I know he's probably the best of the 5 last year, but you need to clean that up. Again, I don't see the film with those 11 penalties. You know, I didn't look at them. I'm sure that some of them were to try to help someone else, or he was beat somewhere and actually might have been a better thing to hold than to let your quarterback get drilled. But you still have to look at those numbers and say, you need to calm down a little bit. So when I look at this offensive line, again, the starting 5 for this offensive line still isn't set, but there's definitely an improvement there. Last year, like I said, we ranked 27th in the offensive line. Definitely see us in the top 20. I saw something on Twitter said we're going 19th. I think we might even be a little bit better than that. I would put us in the 14 to 16. I mean, let's say 15 range, right? I don't think we're going to be as bad as people think. I think, to say we're going to be top 10 might be a little bit of a stretch. But we definitely have the talent to do that, I think. I think in the Twitter comment it said the Buffalo Bills definitely have the highest ceiling out of all the offensive lines going into the 2019 NFL season. but also have the lowest floor, right? So we're not quite sure what we're going to get yet, but we're going to see that soon. And again, I think this team's probably going to rank somewhere right dead in the middle, right? 15th, and that's a big improvement compared to last season. Now, after the offensive line, what's the most important thing on the offense? That's going to be your quarterback, of course. So you look at Josh Allen, and everyone's excited for Josh Allen. Guys, I'm excited for Josh Allen. So when you hear this news, don't think I'm all gloom with Josh Allen. I look forward to seeing what Josh Allen can do. We all saw what he could do with his feet, right? We all saw what he could do scoring touchdowns with his legs. He is now the franchise leader in rushing touchdowns by a rookie QB. So congratulations, Josh Allen. But everyone's excited about the improvement of Josh Allen, right? So I looked at the numbers, those first 6 games compared to the second 6 games. And guys, I saw it too. I saw a lot of change, a lot of good things in those last 6 games that you weren't seeing in the first 6 games. But if you look at his accuracy, it actually dips down from his first 6 to his last 6. So in his first 6 games before the injury, the Houston Texans game, he was 75 for 139. Now, of course, you can argue, hey, those are his first 6 games of his career. Joe, give him time. I understand clearly. 53.9%, okay? Not bad for your first 6 games. I'm not even going to say it is. I think it's actually decent for your first 6 games. But we know Josh Allen's big knock, he struggles with accuracy. We don't want to see a 54% quarterback for the next couple seasons. We want to see improvement. So you look at his games after the injury, right? Now, everyone says, oh, he looks so much better. And he did. I thought so too. But the numbers, as far as completion percentage, might not reflect that, as he went 94 for 141, 51.9%. So he actually dropped down a full 2 percentage points as far as completion percentage. So when we look at Josh Allen, let's get excited. He's our quarterback, and I understand that, and I want him to be our quarterback for the future. I want him to be our franchise guy, but the numbers don't lie. And these numbers even include that Week 17 game where he completed like 64% of his passes against the Miami Dolphins. So you got to throw those numbers in there and say, well, let's hold off on the excitement. This accuracy thing, still an issue with Josh Allen. Let's see how he does. However, you look at the wide receivers and you say, wow, look at the drops we had last season. I agree with you, but John Brown, one of our new wide receivers, he was up there in the top 10 in drops last season. So I'm not going to say that all of a sudden it's going to get better just because we have better weapons around him. Some of your best weapons in the game drop a lot of balls. So, but you look at Cole Beasley, right? You don't think you're going to see a lot of drops from him. You look at Zay Jones and you're hoping to get a better player out of him this season, again, coming into his 3rd season. So if those drops decrease, and if those drops decrease, obviously the accuracy increases. I'm not saying it doesn't, and I'm excited for Josh Allen as well. I said this in one of my previous videos, and I still say this. If Josh Allen is around the 60% mark when it comes to accuracy, we're fighting for a division. We're not fighting for a wild card spot. I think that's what we're looking for here. We want to be around 60%. I think he struggles to hit that mark this season, but definitely an improvement. I'm going to look at him to complete 56, 57% of his passes. And then that's a good improvement. You're talking about going from 52.8% last season to about 56, 57. That's a nice bump up, right? And again, with the offensive line being better, that's going to be more time. With the receivers being better, hopefully that means better hands, better consistency out of those wide receivers. I think there's a lot to look forward to with the wide receiving core with Josh Allen in Buffalo. Last thing we need to look at this offense, we need to look at that running back situation, guys. We all know LeSean McCoy didn't hit the 1,000-yard mark for the first time since his rookie season. We know that he had struggles, didn't even have over 3.3 yards per carry. So those are real statistics. But again, you look at the 27th worst offensive line, they had something to do with that. Now, I will say the addition of Frank Gore is going to be a help, but we had a big guy in there last year, right? So we had a good backup there last year, and I think Frank Gore is going to do the same thing here with like Chris Ivory last season. I think Frank Gore is a little bit better than Chris Ivory in that regard, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. So I want to see improvement from LeSean McCoy, and I think we're going to see that this year. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to run for 1,500 yards like old LeSean McCoy. No. I think we're going to get somewhere between 11 and 1,200 yards from LeSean McCoy. But when you're splitting carries with Frank Gore, maybe even see Singletary in there a little bit, I think that's a good number to obtain. 1,200 yards. Not that bad. Now, again, we know that he is struggling in Buffalo and getting the touchdowns. and that might continue to occur, especially with Frank Gore back there. He's going to get a lot of those goal line carries. Josh Allen, we know he can sneak it in as well, but I do see him getting more yards, and really that's what it's all about. I think if LeSean McCoy gets us down the field, we can actually use some other guys to get us into the end zone, but I think LeSean McCoy is going to have somewhere between 4 and 6, so let's say 5 touchdowns this season. I think our wide receiving core, all 4 of our main guys, look at John Brown, look at Zay Jones, you look at Cole Beasley, and you look at Robert Foster. I think they're all going to have somewhere between 30 and 60 catches. I don't think anyone's going to break out and get 80 or 100 catches. We just don't have that number 1 guy, and we don't need him. So that's where I see the Buffalo Bills ending up. As far as offensive line, like I said, I see us finishing around 15th, pretty much dead center, middle of the league. A big improvement from 27, but let's not act like we can just jump into the top 5, right? And then our quarterback play, I see Josh Allen taking leaps and bounds, finishing about 56, 57 completion percentage, maybe around 4,200 yards, something like that, and then a good touchdown to interception ratio, better than last season. Hopefully we'll see somewhere between 25, 30 touchdowns, somewhere between 10 and 15 interceptions. LeSean McCoy, somewhere between 11 and 1,200 yards. And also, you're talking about 4 or 5 touchdowns there. Overall, I see this Bills offense going up from 30th last year all the way up to about 18th this year. I think that's a big jump. I think we've done the right moves to make this jump happen. So I look forward to seeing this improved offense in 2019. So let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you think this offense is going to do in 2019? I think if you talk about a top 20, maybe even sneaking into the top 15 offense, paired with what's still going to be a top 5 defense in my mind, I think that's going to get you into the playoffs. So again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I thank you for joining me on this episode of Believers Talk. Again, guys, if you haven't already done this yet, from now to August 6th, to sign up for the chance to win this Andre Reed signed mini helmet. Again, there are plenty of ways to enter. Go to bewarethestampede.com. There's more rules of entry and how to log your entries there. Go on Twitter. Follow us both on Twitter, Beware the Stampede and Believers Talk. You want to retweet every day. If we tweet out something and you retweet it, it can count as an entry every single day. So you just want to log those entries at bewarethestampede.com. I look forward to announcing a winner. Like I said, training camp ends August 6th. That's when the giveaway is going to end. That's when we're going to pick a winner. I'll do a video to just go over what happened at training camp, and at that time we will announce who won the mini helmet. So again, hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment, follow us on Twitter, and there are also multiple ways there to get entry for this contest. So thank you for joining me. Look forward to talking to you all soon at the next episode when we talk about the defense, how I think the defense is going to do this season. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.